5H. From Waukon, Iowa, alongside Decorah, Iowa, is Dylan Anderson, the 44.
Lakeside Speedway champion, the 05 of Brett Heater out of Kansas City. Inside of row number 2 to his outside, Nathan Wood out of Sigourney, Iowa in the 52.
Roger Verdorn will be third row on the inside out of Sibley, Iowa in the 04, alongside Lucas Conley from Spring Hill, Kansas, the 17.
Inside of row number 4, starting 7th in the 66C, it's Elijah Zevenbergen out of Ochaden, Iowa, and to his outside, the high side shuffler in the 14 out of Webster City, Iowa, it's Todd Staley.
Row 5 on the inside, Dean Hensler out of Weatherby Lake, Missouri in the 8, alongside Dan McKinthon out of Hamburg, Minnesota, the 92.
Row number 6 is where we find the 2J of Steve Jackson out of Polk City, Iowa, along with Kyle Falk out of Decorah, Iowa in the 67.
Don't lose track of row number 7, Kevin Donlin on the inside, the 33 out of Decorah, Iowa, alongside Kansas City racer Kevin Anderson in the 417.
Row number 8, the 27 of Jason Ryan, and the 9 of Dean Cornelius out of New Prague, Minnesota.
Row 9 on the inside, it's Stefan Seabism out of Sanborn, Iowa, the 5B, alongside Mitch Hubden, the 15 from Decorah, Iowa.
Row number 10, 37 of Justin Seifert out of Kansas City, Kansas, along with Lynn Panos in the 97 out of Kalmar, Iowa.
Row 11, it's Alvy Christofferson out of St. Joseph, Missouri, the 22X, and the 29 of Nate Barnes from Holt, Missouri.
Our final row tonight looks like this. The 00 is Danny Cole Jr. out of Lansing, Iowa, along with Sean Peter out of Mabel, Minnesota in the 27. Bryce, 24 cars. Again, a 15-lap main event here tonight for the stock cars.
Here we go. Hang on tight. Stock car showtime here in Kansas City. We turn them loose down the main straightaway. Always exciting, always fun to watch. Let's see what they do. Down into turns 1 and 2. Hansmeyer going to lead, and we got trouble right out of the gates. McKinthon's going to go around the 92. So Dan McKinthon, the 92, goes around, and yellow flag will come out right on the start of this one.
This is going to be a good one, too. They were already 3 wide as soon as the green flag fell over the field. This is going to be an exciting event here with 2 times.
Here we go. Light them back up. Try it. Number 4. Let's play nice. Green flag back in the air. Hansmeyer takes him down into turns 1 and 2. Trying to go 3 wide. Look at Anderson way up on the top shelf. 3 wide down the back straightaway.
And here comes Brett Heater, as we've seen him do so many times down the back chute. Look out down the back straightaway. They're 3 wide and slideways. That's never good here at Lakeside Speedway. They're going to get it sorted out. We are going to complete lap number 1 with Brett Heater. Look out.
Hubden's way off the pace at the back of the pack, and we got a traffic jam down the front straightaway. Everybody's zigging and zagging. Looks like about 5 o'clock at Kansas City right down the main straightaway there. And unfortunately, we've got one going around. Looks to be the 04 of Verdorn in turn number 1.
Yes, sir, you are correct. And some debris.
Oh, and Danny Cole Jr. takes
another car peeling off here.
Oh, Hubden's back on track. I didn't catch that, but Hubden has jumped back on track. And
Bryce, a green flag flies once again with Heater leading the way. They're slideways once again. Jackson having some trouble back there in that 2 machine. Let's see if we can get through 1 and 2 clean and green. We do stay through 1 off of corner number 2. Looks good so far. They head down to corner number 3.
Here comes Elijah Zevenbergen down to the inside of Dylan Anderson. He's going to power ahead into the runner-up spot just like that. The Mega Inc. 66Z is your runner-up that time by. Now he will try to reel in Brett Heater out in front of this one. Anderson runs in the 3rd place spot. Look at Seifert. He's going to get racy with Steve Jackson and the 14 of Todd Staley, as Staley has to back off the throttle just a bit there to avoid things getting ugly with the 2J at Jackson.
So Justin Seifert now on the move, takes over that 4th spot. Great battle there between the 66 and the 44. Dylan Anderson doing everything he can to keep back Elijah Zevenbergen for that 2nd spot.
Boy, Jackson and Seifert got together there on entry at turn number 1. That opens the door for Staley. The door's going to shut again, though. Cornelius will slam the door shut as they go 3 wide down into turns 3 and 4. Got a great race for 4th. A hornet's nest building 4th on back in this one.
There were 2 sets of 3 wide actually back there in quarter number 3 as those drivers tried to sort things out. Seifert now currently leading the way. Staley now up on the hub trying to get around him. They thought about 3 wide once again. Staley has to back out of it that time.
Well, I tell you what, he keeps poking his nose up to the outside. The door keeps shutting there. They go 3 wide once again. Not much room to breathe. 4th on back in this one. Jackson along the bottom. Seifert in between. It's Cornelius that's going to come away with the spot. Staley trying to get it wound up back to his outside. Lynn Panos is starting to march up through the field as well, the 97.
Steve Jackson now just barely outside of the top 5 as the 00 has problems here. Danny Cole Jr., we had to transfer him from a B main. He's having problems here. We got a race for the lead up front between Heater and the 05 and the 66 of Elijah Zevenbergen.
Zevenbergen down to the inside of the 05 of Brett Heater. And Heater's getting ready to feel the heat down the back straightaway as we race by Cole. He will have a firm grip on the wheel as they hustle by. He's well off the pace in the 00, but we're going to keep him green off of turn number 4 with Heater out in front over Elijah Zevenbergen.
Heater continues to lead there. Cole now gets to the infield. Thankfully back there nearly a disaster down the back straightaway that last lap. Good battle still behind them as the 2 leaders begin to pull away now, Bryce, by about a full straightaway.
Tell you what, Danny Cole said, I cannot wait to turn left quick enough. He gets down to the infield. We keep him green, approaching the halfway point of this one. Heater trying to pull back away from Elijah Zevenbergen. Third runs Anderson. Fourth is Cornelius McKinnon up into the top 5 at 92. He started
Cornelius 16th to 4th, so he's making his way up there. Gained 12 spots here with Brett Heater working the high side here. Down on the low side, Zevenbergen can't gain any ground trying to catfish Lakeside Speedway.
Panos has worked his way up into the top 10. He started 20th on the grid as well. He's been fighting behind the 8 ball all night long. They're 3 wide, a few car lengths ahead of him. The 2J at Jackson, the 37 of Seifert, and the 14 of Staley. That sorts out with Staley taking over that 6th place spot. Look at Jackson. He's going to get a good run down to the inside of Seifert. They stay racing deep in the pack, but out in front, the 05 of Brett Heater has about a 5 car length advantage over Elijah Zevenbergen.
Good battle there. Continue to try to challenge to make some ground. Got a little bit slideways there. Zevenbergen tried to change lines, maybe got a little bit slideways. Heater able to pull away and distance himself even more as that battle deep in the field for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now we got 2 of them going around. Whoa! Narrow escape there, but several cars will get together once again in that calamity corner number 3. So the 27 of Jason Ryan, one of those cars back there. Sabisma's miserable night continues as the 5B goes around. He's involved as well as the 8. The 27 machine also involved as the 92.
5 and 4 to go.
Still 14 competitors out there of our 24 car field. We've lost 10. We're going to have a barn burner finish here with 4 to go. Could we see a slider here in the lap number 1? No, Heater will stay up on the hub, stay on the outside, and run away down the back straightaway with the lead.
Well, I tell you who really came to life on that restart, the 44 of Dylan Anderson. He shot up to the outside of the 66Z of Elijah Zevenbergen. Zevenbergen has been able to power back ahead, and now he's closing in on Brett Heater. Here we go for the top spot into turns 1 and 2. Elijah Zevenbergen down to the inside. Brett Heater drives away along the top shelf. Here comes Anderson as well, the Decorah, Iowa racer, ready to throw his name in the hat as we approach the 2 to go mark.
Coming around to complete lap number 13. There'll be 2 to go this time. Great side-by-side battle. Once again lifting that left front like it's 1999. Zevenbergen down low. Brett Heater up high into quarter number 1 with 2 to go.
Boy, Zevenbergen really grabbing a hold of the bottom of turn number 4. That's where he evens up with Heater, but Heater's able to pull away on exit of turn number 2. So Zevenbergen may need to try to slide up and take the line of Heater coming off of turn number 4 if he can clear by. White flag in the air and 1 lap to go. Zevenbergen going after the 05 of Brett Heater.
Final lap, Bryce Hall here tonight at Lakeside Speedway for the Holly stock cars. It's going to be a barn burner. 4 cars going after it. Off of quarter number 2, Heater gets the momentum going, and he'll take it into quarter number 3 to finish him up here tonight.
Into turns 3 and 4, Zevenbergen with 1 last look along the bottom, trying to make it stick. Brett Heater up top, checkers in air. Brett Heater wins night number 1. Second will go to Zevenbergen. Third to Dylan Anderson. Fourth, McKinnon, and fifth to Dean Cornelius. So Cornelius 5th in this one. 4th goes the 92 of Dan McKinnon. 3rd in that one, Dylan Anderson, the 44. 2nd to Elijah Zevenbergen. How about a hand, though, for your Holly Stock Car A main winner from right here in Kansas City. An NRT chassis, the big-time Bell Bonds, Pit Stop Catering, and Contender Racing Shocks 05. Brett Heater wins tonight's Stock Car A main. Contact early on as we complete lap number 1. It'll be Jim Moody, your early leader. Keller works in second, a pair of 7s out in front of your field as Brad Smith pulls down to the inside of the 66 of Ryan Gilmore. Here comes Andy Bryant, 3 wide down the back straightaway for third.
And Tim Powell will be our first retiree of the night. Heavy smoke billowing from that number 57 machine. Unfortunately, here early on, Tim Powell retires with Jim Moody still leading the way over that number 7. Doug Smith, former champion at Valley Speedway and Central, in the mix inside the top 5.
Working down the back straightaway, Ryan Gilmore had a run, but we've got a caution on the speedway. Looks to be Tim Powell, the 57. He's come to a halt just on the inside of turns 3 and 4.
Cheer. Flagman waves the green. We are back underway. They're side by side for second with Keller and Brad Smith. Beyond them, Ryan Gilmore now trying to get back to the front in that 66 as he'll lose a spot there to Andy Bryant. Under threat of losing another spot here down the back chute for the first time. Check it out as Andy Bryant tries to come forward and pick up another feature win. Bryce.
Side by side for the lead coming off of turn number 4, and they'll trade spots once again. This time Jim Moody takes the top spot back away from Brad Smith. Those two have been exchanging sliders here early on in this one. They'll go door to door off of turn number 2, and Andy Bryant starting to stalk those two, but yellow. We got a car around in turn number 4. This time off of turn number 4. The 7B of Jim Moody, the Odessa, Missouri racer, will bring him back to green.
I see 5 of the top 10 in the USRA points in the top 10 early on in this event. That is how extremely competitive this field is here tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Let's hope we get some green flags in this time. Some steady laps here as Jim Moody looks to take the green once again. We have it. Here we go, and the USRA B-Mod main event is back underway.
So back to green down the front straightaway. Jim Moody will take him down the main stretch into turns 1 and 2. Brad Smith up to the outside. Keller working the bottom. Andy Bryant all over his back bumper. Now here comes Gilmore. Gilmore, a lot of momentum up top to power around Andy Bryant. And don't count out the 18 of J.C. Morton as well.
I was just going to say that. Springfield, Missouri on the move. Searching down low, catfishing for a spot. He'll get it. He'll pick up 2 positions there as he and Gilmore run side by side into 1 and 2. Great battle there with one driver down low, another up high. Good battle for that second spot. Still between Keller and Smith. Still trying to sort that one out.
J.C. Morton clears up into that 4th place spot by Ryan Gilmore. He's making the bottom work to his favor. He puts that Hoffman Yeoman powered number 18 down to the inside, and he's going to take 3rd away from Brad Smith. J.C. Morton coming to life side by side with Brad Smith for 3rd as Moody leads down the back straightaway over Doug Keller.
A third of the way through this one, and big trouble back there for Chad Clancy as he was 4 wide. Almost got hooked up there with John Allen. That battle back there for 7th and 8th. Up front, Moody, Keller, and now J.C. Morton. Ryan Gilmore trying to sneak back up there. Currently sits in that 4th spot. Smith now back to 5th. Keller with problems there off turn number 2, and J.C. Morton powers his way into turn number 3.
J.C. Morton back up to the outside of Doug Keller. We got the 66X pulling down in the infield. We're going to keep them clean and green. Race for second coming at you down the front straightaway. Keller trying to hang on over the 18 of J.C. Morton, and Morton has it rolling right around the top side. He will take that 2nd place spot away from the 7 of Keller. And the race continues on, but we got one off the pace over in turn number 2, Josh Most, the 92.
Just as Josh Most got off pace, I was keeping my eye on the 65 of Chris Jackson. The 65 of Chris Jackson up into the top 5. So don't count out Chris Jackson. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is how competitive this one is. Jim Moody, your early race leader here. A caution on lap number 7. 8 laps to go as Josh Most will have to make that heartbreaking right-hand turn back to the pit area tonight for the USRA B-Mods with Jim Moody out front, trying to make up for not being able to transfer in that USRA modified main event. He is your current race leader as we get set to go back green flag once again.
Off of turn number 4, we turn them back loose. 8 in, 7 to go. The outpaced USRA B-Mods are back underway.
They were 3 wide, Bryce, there when the green flag came out, and they hadn't even took the green really yet.
Boy, J.C. Morton, he's searching for that top shelf of the speedway. Now Brad Smith gets up to the outside of Doug Keller. Keller's ran a great race. We've kind of overlooked him just a little bit, talking about some of the hot shots in that top 5. He's holding his own right now in 3rd as he gets back around Brad Smith and now sets his sights on the 18 of J.C. Morton as Jim Moody. He's trying to run away and hide in this one.
Andy Bryant now trying to get back on the move again, fighting for a spot inside the top 5. He'll get back around Ryan Gilmore. Gilmore still hanging around the top 5 there, just behind Andy Bryant, sitting in that 6th spot. Brad Smith way up on the high side, trying to top shelf his way around this track. Keller's still in that third spot. He has hung around the top 3 all race long.
You mentioned Gilmore just outside of the top 5. Now Chris Jackson goes to work on him. Those two going to race hard for position on track. That battle is for 6th behind them. 8th place is Chad Clancy. 9th is Hovden. Top 10 rounds out with John Allen as J.C. Morton has now changed lines. We saw him work in the hub of the speedway. He'll roll back to the outside in turns 1 and 2, but he's searching in 3 and 4, trying to close in on Jim Moody.
A race inside a race back there with the 65 and the 66 as those drivers try to sort it out for the overall National USRA Championship. They're running nose to tail here later and later in the event as J.C. Morton begins to close, and the yellow flag is out once again. We got one stalled here off of corner number 4.
Yeah, Tim Eaton's off the pace on the front straightaway, but something I caught there was Dan Hovden dislodged one of those Uke tires right at the bottom of the speedway. He's actually going to get bailed out by this caution. He was running just inside of the top 10. Believe he was in 9th when he got down on the apron of the speedway and hammered one of those Uke tires. Lost several spots in that 16D. But going back to the last scored lap, he should be somewhere inside of that top 10. So
I believe he was actually in 10th spot there when that occurred, so we'll see what the officials do there. Tim Eaton out of St. Joseph, Missouri, looks to be the next car that will have to retire in this one. Unfortunately for Tim, they'll have to go back to work on that. I know Dale and Tim will get busy back there in the pits getting things ready for tomorrow night for that family out of St.
Sam on the mic. We've got a shootout coming at you off of turn number 4.
Here they come once again. Jim Moody will get on the throttle. We are back underway. They're side by side behind him. Delaware double file restart style. Keller goes back into second. Brad Smith now gets a good run. He'll try to thread his way through. They're 3 wide for second off of corner number 2. Again, Moody too strong there. But up on the top shelf, who's it going to be to close in? Can it be J.C. Morton? Will he get back up there to power his way down on the low side? Here he comes. Look at him side by side. Moody, race long leader, up off the top shelf. He'll lead another lap.
Doug Keller got a great drive right off the bottom side of turn number 4 as well. Now here comes Gilmore, 3 wide. Coming off of turn number 2, it's Morton that comes atop that 3-car battle for the runner-up spot down the back straightaway. Can he set his sights on Jim Moody into turns 3 and 4? He drops the hub once again. Moody high and wide off of turn number 4. 2 laps to go, and Moody's trying to hang on over J.C. Morton.
High, wide, and handsome is the 7B as the 18 continues to close in. Now Gilmore starting to come to life. His first appearance inside the top 3 since early on here tonight. Gilmore will take over that 3rd spot. They're coming to the white flag, Bryce.
Boy, Keller thought he was on the bottom till Gilmore got by him on the inside. What a move out of Gilmore as the white flag waves off of turn number 4. 1 lap to go. Can J.C. Morton get it done? He rolls back to the high side of turns 1 and 2. Moody drops down to protect just a bit there in turn number 2. We're ready to work the final set of corners. Can Moody hang on over J.C. Morton?
Here they come to the line. Who's it going to be, the Catfisher or up on the hub tonight? It will go to Odessa, Missouri's Jim Moody, your winner. J.C. Morton hangs off for 2nd. Gilmore 3rd. Brad Smith in 4th. Chris Jackson 5th. Keller unofficially 6th. Andy Bryant 7th. Chad Clancy back there in the 8th spot. John Allen 9th. And Hovden rebounds to 10th there unofficially. Bryce, a good one.
Oh, man, what a race there. Taking a look, of course, Brad Smith taking that 4th place spot. But I tell you what a fantastic race right at the front of the field. J.C. Morton searching top to bottom, trying to get it done, but the 7B of Jim Moody hangs on to win night number 1 here at the 3rd Annual USRA National Championships. We're going to roll right through the program and into tonight's Stock Car A main.